Okay, I think we're ready to go. So you're going to need a pair of weights today. That could be dumbbells, it could be a can of soup, it could be, the other day someone had 2 bottles of wine. I thought, okay, that's really going out of the box there. And you'll also need access to a wall. So maybe take a minute to move a chair out of the way, or just figure out where you could use a wall at some point. Okay. And then we'll get started with some warm up. I'm going to get these weights out of the way. You'll also need a mat. So 2 weights, access to a wall, and a mat. I see you guys all getting ready there. Okay, so let's get moving. We're going to just work with the body weight to warm up. So we're going to come into a wide squat and then find our balance. So sit down in your squat and then stand on one leg and find your balance. And then squat again and stand on the other leg and find your balance. It looks easy. Gets a little better as you go. Make sure you're keeping your gaze up. Here we go. And then we're just going to do some alternate arm raises. So take one arm up and the other one back, and then switch. And it's just a nice sort of warm up for the shoulders, stretching out your chest. And you probably have hey, hey, we're the monkeys going on in your head right now. Or maybe it's just me. Just swinging the arms. Good. And then heel taps. So you're going to catch a heel and balance, and then catch the other heel and balance. Okay, so take that little pause. Working the balance a bit today. Again, that does get better. And then some twists, so cactus arms, and rotate around your spine. I love these fluid movements. They just seem to loosen things up a little bit in our backs and our shoulders. Good, and then step one leg forward, the other leg back. Try to keep both knees straight, fold over the front leg, and sweep the arms up and back. So keeping the front knee straight, so you're really waking up the hamstrings. And kind of tug the floor apart, push ahead with the front leg, pull back with the back foot. And just notice if you get a little closer to the floor each time. A little bit. Good, switch legs. Ooh, this one's tighter. Nice. That opening into the chest. So good. Good. So back to the start, which is the squats and balance. So squat and stand on one foot. Move. Whoop. Good. And then those arm raises. So just getting that nice stretch in your shoulders. So I got a new mic the other day. It's this clip-on. So much better. Good. And then heel catch and pause. So try not to let your knee go ahead. Try to keep your knee pointing down. Grab the heel. Whoop. Good. And then the twist. Whee. And then your hamstring sweeps. So step one leg forward, keep that knee straight. Reach forward and up. Loosening up the chest. Other side. Whoa. Awesome. Shake it out. Get a sip of water. Maybe open a window if you're feeling a little warm. Ah, it's good. I'm warm now. Okay, so mini circuits today, 3 things. One thing we'll use the wall, one exercise we'll use the 2 weights, and the other exercise will be on the mat, working your core, okay? So first thing with the wall is a wall sit. Let's get this one out of the way. So you sit right down, your back against the wall, and we're going for 45 seconds. Okay, so find your spot, push your back into the wall, and here's the timer starting. And just feel those quads fire up. And try to press everything into the wall, back of the head, back of the shoulders, small of the back. And just try to have your knees at a right angle and your hips at a right angle. And you guys know my little cheat with this one is to press a little more onto one leg, let that leg carry the weight, and then press into the other leg. So you're kind of giving one leg a break and then the other. Just anything to while away the time. 12 seconds left. It's really firing up the quads. Good. Push into the wall, come on back up. Woo, shake that out. And then find your pair of weights. And we'll do a lunge and a double row. Sorry, Brenda, I know you did this week already, but here we go. It'll be better this time. So it's just coming into a lunge with the back leg straight and your shoulders into your back, and then just pull the weights in. So pull the elbows together behind you, squeezing your back. Here we go. And have your gaze forward, so you're not letting the head come down, not rounding your back. Holding that squeeze just an extra second or two. And my front leg is working. And your back. So remember which leg is forward. We'll use the other leg the second time through. You want to breathe out as you squeeze. Awesome. Good. Put your weights down. So that was working the back. Now we'll work the chest. So just come on down onto your forearms on the mat, forearm plank. Whoop, I'm resetting the timer. You could be on your toes, you could be on your knees, whatever makes this more doable. And if you are on your toes, we'll do this little action of sawing where you roll forward on your toes and roll back onto the balls of the feet. Okay, so here we go. Make sure your elbows are right under your shoulders, not too wide. And really use the inner core unit, so pulling the navel in, tightening the pelvic floor, not letting your hips stick up. Let's see what I can see. Betty, good form, I can see you. Mm-hmm. If you need a break at any point, bring your knees down, take a pause, and then come back to it. Just 8 seconds left. Awesome. Okay. Come on back up. So we're going to go through this set 3 times. Okay. Let's do 3 times as a charm. When I do my own workouts, I do 3 sets of everything. Typically in classes, I just do 2, and I just thought that the other day. Why do I do that? We should get 3 rounds because you just get that much more out of it. So here we go. Wall sit again, pressing your waist into the wall, pressing your shoulders into the wall, and just feeling the heat build in your thighs. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you could bounce a quarter on that leg now. Oh. Just slowing down your breathing, acting nonchalant, like this is easy, even though your legs are on fire. Mm-hmm. 10 seconds. Hoo-wee. And come on, back up. Great. Grab your weights. And away we go. So I'm stepping my other foot forward and just rowing into the back. So just squeezing the back. Breathing out as you squeeze. Keeping the elbows fairly tight towards your body. Breathing out. Doing great, doing great. Shake it out. And come on down into your forearm plank. You're setting the timer. It does take a little bit of time to get down on the mat. So set your foundations, elbows right under the shoulders, clasping the hands, maybe pushing the wrists into the mat. And away we go. And if you are on your toes, that sawing action, rolling forward and back, really starts to pick up sensation in the lower abs and the upper abs. Really manage your low back. So we want to keep the navel pulled in and the pelvic floor tightened. Your lower back is neutral, not dipping down towards the mat. It looks so simple, but boy, it's challenging. And we'll get through it. Again, if you start to feel anything in your back, take a little pause. Come down into child's pose even for a breath or 2, and then come back to it. Oh, there we go. That's done. Okay, back up. One more time through this. We got it. Come on down into your wall sit. Pushing your waist into the mat, into the wall, rather. Feet pushing into the mat. Give me a little bit of traction there. And so I got this mic from Long and McQuaid, so they're not really open for retail, but they do curbside pickup. So I called ahead, paid ahead. Get there, I call the guy. He comes down, he says, "Are you Sandy?" I go, "Yeah." So he closes the door and I have to put my ID against the window so he can see my ID. Then he tells me to move away and he puts it down and he closes the door and that was it. I felt like a drug deal. but it worked. So yeah. Okay, got through that one. Okay, so we're going to switch our legs halfway through this third set in the rowing. So maybe start with your first leg. And here we go. Squeezing your back, not being in a rush with this, so really holding the squeeze. Really important these days when we're doing a lot more sitting and staying inside to really keep the back strong, keeping our heads up, taking care of our backs. Okay, change legs. Awesome. Okay, last plank. Last plank. Yeah, there's no more planks after this. Yay. Come on down. Here we go. Nice strong foundations. You are working your chest here. It's your whole body involved in the plank. We think of it as a core exercise, but it's everything. So very strong with your arms. Adding the sawing if that's okay. You can be doing this on your knees. It's your third time through, so you decide what's the right way to do this. Just managing your low back. That sawing does start to build. There we go. Take a little pause in child's pose, guys. Just fold your hips back. Slow down your breathing. Resetting the timer. Okay, let's bring yourselves back up and get a sip of water. And then just to break up the circuits, we're going to do a Tabata now. So you guys all know this. 8 intervals of work, 20 seconds work, 10 seconds rest. And it's going to be a single-sided Tabata of one leg deadlift. So I'm just going to turn sideways. You can see the form. You want to keep your shoulders in your back, looking forward, hinging at the hip, and coming back up. So you're going to stay on the same side for 20 seconds. You have a 10-second rest, and then you do the other side for 20, and we roll through that 8 times. Okay? So pick a spot where you can have a long sight line ahead of you, maybe looking out a window or looking at a certain spot. Here we go. So standing on one leg, lifting the other leg up so it's parallel to the floor, and then bring it all back up. And see if you can balance the whole time. If you need to touch down when you bring the leg down, that's fine. And really work your foot, even if you have shoes on, use the toes. Okay, give it a shake, 10 seconds rest. And on to the second interval. Here we go. I have to take my time on the first 1 or 2 to kind of build the pattern, build my confidence. And just go as slow as you need to, keeping your shoulders back, so don't round your back, keep your gaze forward. Looks good, everybody. Good, good, good. Give it a shake. Other side. Here's the beat. Look at you guys. Nice. Looks good, Kathy. Nice, good reaching. Kathy's taking it into Warrior 3. Good for you. Shake it out. Okay. So do try to spread your toes out, even if you have shoes on. Especially use your big toe. It's going to help you with your proprioception and your balance. So proprioception is how our entire body figures out how to stay upright. No, it's your nervous system, all the senses of the body. you know, your musculoskeletal system, everything really like split second, checking in to keep us upright. Pretty amazing, actually. Okay, we're half done. It's Tabata. Back to the first side. Nice. Good. Shake it out. Interval number 6. I don't know about you, but this side I'm on right now is my less stable side, we'll put it that way. Keeps me humble. I just have to go slower. Good. Starting to feel the hamstrings. All right, one more set on each side. Really keep the shoulders into your back. Good. I seem to be getting about 4 in each interval. Well, 3.5. Okay. Last 20 seconds. Here we go. Whee. Yay. Okay. That's done. Shake it out. Get a sip of water. And back to the 45 seconds. Okay. So here's our next circuit of 3 things. 1 thing with the wall, 1 thing with 2 weights, and 1 thing doing your core work. The first thing on the wall, could be on the wall, it could be on a windowsill, it could be on your desk, it could be on the floor, are push-ups, okay? So if it's on the wall, you want to place your hands at about chest height, walk yourself back into a plank and just come in and out. You can do the same thing on a windowsill or a bench or your desk. So the lower down you go, the more challenging it is. And if you've got something going on in a shoulder, do a tricep version with the elbows tucked in on the wall. Okay, and that takes it away from the shoulder. It does work your arms more. So that's the first thing. Second thing is working with the 2 weights and doing shoulder press. So just pushing the weights overhead and controlling them back down to shoulder height. Okay, and then the last thing is going to be laying on the mat doing some leg lowers. All right. So here we go. Let's get these push-ups done. Pick your spot. I think I'm going to use the bench today. No, I'll try the first set on the floor. Let's see how it goes. If you're on the floor, you could be doing it from your knees as well. All right, here we go. 45 seconds. Don't feel you have to go fast. Remember, you're not bringing your head forward, you're bringing your chest down. So eyes might want to just look ahead a little bit so you don't dip the head. I'm shaking. Awesome. We did it. Okay, take your 2 weights. And quite often we pair shoulder press with a squat, but I just want to break it down into its 1 exercise today, just the shoulder press. Depending what weights you have, you know, if you have 5s and 3s, you might want to put a 3 and a 5 together to make it 8. I'm going to stick with 5, so I think. So here we go. So your elbows start at shoulder height, and then you push it up and touch the weights. and then control it and just bring the elbows down to shoulder height. It's not a huge range of motion. Keeping your head balanced, so don't let the head dip forward. Gaze forward. Looks good, guys. I can see you all. Nice. Whew. Even with 5 pounds, that still builds. Nice little burn there. Awesome. Put that down. And then the leg lowers, we're going to add something to them just to make them a little more dynamic and a little more engaging more parts of your body. So we're going to do some crisscrosses. Okay, so maybe just watch me for a sec. You can have your thumbs underneath your hips, lowering the legs, take them apart, cross them, take them apart, and cross them, and then bring them up the same way. Now, if anyone's got lower back stuff going on and 2 legs is not in the cards, just do 1 leg at a time, just straight down. Okay, here we go. Whichever version. So if you are doing the crisscross, go quite wide and then cross them right over top of each other. That builds. Awesome work, guys. Maybe lift up into bridge a little bit. Just stretch out your hips. Wiggle your hips side to side in bridge. Whoop. Where's the beat? Okay, let's come up and do our push-ups again. I think I'm going to use the bench this time, so I can get through 3 sets. Okay, get your spot. Here we go. Yep, you don't have to go fast. Really breathe out as you push. Awesome. Did it. Did it. Grab your 2 weights. And shoulder press. So kind of dynamically pushing it up and then very carefully bringing it back down. Keeping your core braced, not arching your back, but keeping a little bit of squeeze in the glutes. If it's too much, shake it out. And come back to it. Keep your gaze up. Oh, feeling my shoulders, feeling my biceps. That was great. Okay. Down on the mat for your core. Again, whichever version works for you. Just straight lowering down and up, or doing the crisscross, or doing 1 leg at a time. This builds too. A lot of lower ab work here. Okay. Good work. Good work. Maybe lift up into bridge again. Stretch out your hip flexors. Turning that off. And one more time through. So come on up, find your spot for your push-ups. I'm sticking with the bench. Okay, here we go. Just keep yourself in a nice tight plank. Bringing your chest down, not your head. Breathing out as you push. "12 seconds. Awesome. That's done. No more push-ups today. And find your 2 weights. Go to the shoulder press. There we go. I have to keep reminding myself to not dip my head forward, to keep my chin right over my collarbones. Ooh, 3 times through. Boy, really starting to feel it this 3rd time. If you need to take a break, shake it out. Almost there. Awesome. Well done. Put your weights down. Come on down for core. Get yourself set up. And away we go. So I'm doing the crisscrossing and I'm really feeling my inner thighs. There we go. Lift up into bridge, stretch that out. Maybe lay your back down on the mat and hug your knees for a moment. Rock a little bit on your back, kind of soothing out your glutes. All right, we've got one more circuit, so come on up. Working the balance here. So with your wall, put my back to the camera, but it's alternating warrior 3. So we're going to put the hands on the wall and just one leg at a time, lift your legs straight up and back and just squeezing the glutes. Okay, so not being fast, kind of getting a nice stretch into your back as you push against the wall. And then with your weights, we're doing alternating front raise, the full front raise though. So start with one arm up overhead, bring the weights and they cross in the middle. So this is like the movement we did in the warm up, but now we're holding weights. Okay. And your core is that hip press, but with a kick. Okay, so you're gonna lift up your hips, stand on one leg, the other leg forward, bring that foot down and roll down. Lift up, and now I'm going to kick my right leg forward so my legs are in line with each other. One leg is straightened, and then bring it down. Okay, so you just keep switching legs there. All right, let's do our alternating leg lifts here at the wall. So I'm going to stand about a leg length from the wall. Just take a guess at how far that is. You can put one foot on the wall to see. And then bend your knees, put your hands on the wall at about hip height, and then just kick one leg straight back, and then the other. Going nice and slow, so you feel your glutes and your hamstrings working. Good. Get that nice stretch into your back. Awesome. Grab your free weights. And we'll do the alternating front raise. Okay, so start with one arm up overhead. And as you bring that arm down, bring the other arm up. They cross in the middle. You want to keep your core braced. Maybe your glutes fired up a little bit. That's it. So not using momentum, not swinging, really managing it as you lift and as you lower. Nice, Julie. That looks good. Good, Janice. Brenda, that's great, Kathy. Betty, you're perfectly profiled, silhouetted against that white wall, so I can see your form really well. Awesome. Put your weights down, lay down on your mat. So your knees are bent, you're gonna get ready for bridge. Okay, so lift your hips up. I'm gonna stand on my right foot and extend my left leg forward so it's in line with my right thigh, and then bring my left foot down and roll down into the mat. And then lift up again, and this time extending the right leg forward, bring the foot down and roll back down. So just keep switching legs. Really coming into a backward tilt when you come down. Kind of soothing. There we go. Okay. Back to the leg lifts. So facing your wall, about a leg length away, put the hands on the wall and take one leg straight back, foot flexed, and then the other leg. Yeah, that little pause there where you squeeze your glutes. Keep your foot flexed too, and that fires up more of your calf and your hamstrings. Nice. 15 seconds. Awesome. Grab your weights. Whew. Start with one weight up overhead and slowly cross them in the middle. Nice and controlled. Little core bracing. Keep your head high too. Nice work, guys. Awesome. Put your weights down, lay down on your backs. Feet close to the hips. Lift both hips up and extend one leg forward. Bring that foot back down and round down to the mat. Back up and take the other leg forward and back down. Nice work. Very slowly bringing the hips down, rounding your lower back into the mat. Being very kind to your lower back. Nice. Maybe hug your knees and rock. Whew. Okay, one more round. Come on up. We're almost done. Standing facing your wall. Get your hands on the wall at about hip height. And find that nice stretch into your back, so sinking the chest down as you lift one leg and then the other. Kind of pushing into the wall and then pulling the shoulder blades into your back. Good. Nice work. There we go. Find your two weights. And here we go. One arm starts up and then they cross in the middle. Really lubricating the shoulders and your chest and your back. Nice. It's getting heavy. Awesome. Down on your mat. Hip press and kick. Get your feet close to your hips, roll up, extend one leg, and carefully roll back down. Nice. Very good, guys. Just get yourself centered on your mat. I'm going to stay here now and do our stretching. So take your feet wide to the sides of the mat and do some slow knee sways. So just opening into the front of one hip. Bring your knees up as you breathe in and go the other way as you breathe out. And we did a lot of shoulders today, so you might want to stretch the arms up overhead on the floor. And just get that stretch moving all the way up your side body as you go each way. Oof. Bring your legs back into the middle. Let's take both legs up in the air. Grab the back of your thighs with your hands And try to straighten your knees, flex your feet, and then do some air pedaling. So just slightly bend one knee and push out strongly with the other leg. And the hands are holding onto the leg, so you could push the leg into the hand and pull back with the hand each time you find the stretch. Good, and then we'll bring the feet back down to the mat. Have your feet about hip width apart, knees bent. And let's put the right ankle on the left thigh. Bring your legs in towards you. Wrap your hands around your left thigh and maybe press the right elbow into the right leg, either holding onto the leg or holding onto your pants. And flex your right foot so that the kneecap stays in alignment. And you can rock side to side here. You can press a little more of your right elbow into the right thigh. It's kind of playing around with the sensations. Good, and then we'll bring the left foot down and roll to the left. So still with the figure four, rolling over onto your left hip. And maybe pulling the right knee in towards you, opening the right arm out to the right. And just letting yourself go in this shape, letting the right shoulder relax as much as you can. Breathing into your right hip. And then come on back up out of your twist. Change sides, so left ankle on top of the right thigh. Bring the legs in. Flexing your foot. Maybe rocking side to side. When I rock a little to the side, I really feel the glutes talk back. So keep your figure four and let your foot come down and roll the knees to the right, twisting to the right. And again, maybe pulling that left leg a little closer to you or moving it away, opening up the left shoulder. And the left hip. And then just come out of that twist and bring yourself up to sitting up, and we'll turn around onto our hands and knees. And place your hands under your shoulders and round up into cat. So really stretching out your back, letting the head come down, pulling the navel in. And just stay in your cat for a little bit and maybe sway side to side. Just shifting your shoulders and your hips side to side. Still in cat. And then come back into neutral. Angle the hands towards each other on a 45-degree angle. Bend your elbows and sink down into cow, squeezing the back, looking forward. Moving with your breath, breathe in, come to neutral and breathe out and round up into cat. Inhale to neutral and exhale, squeezing down into cow. And close your eyes and just move slowly from one spot to the next. And then bring the hands so they face forward again. And we'll do a twist to loosen up the back. So I'm going to take my right arm under the left and reach underneath. Just slide it along the floor. And then inhale and pull the right arm back out and turn your hips, your waist, your ribs, maybe lifting the right arm up to the sky. Exhale and scoop back under again. Big twist in the mid-back. Inhale and opening it up. Exhale, reaching under. Inhale, opening up. Good. Just bring your right hand back down to the mat. And we'll go the other way. So take your left hand underneath the right arm, reach under, see where you get to. And then inhale and carefully explore the twist on this side, being mindful of your shoulders. Exhale and scoop under again. Inhale and open it back up. Good. A couple more times, just finding that really delicious twist in and out. And then just come out of that and bring yourself right down onto the front of your body on the mat. I'm going to lay the palms of the hands on top of each other. Make a little bridge to rest your forehead on. So move the hands so they're in the right spot and your nose isn't crushed into the mat. And just take a moment to slow right down here, letting the hips soften into the mat, letting your shoulders soften and your back, allowing the legs to relax. And just tune into a gentle ebb and flow of your breath. So just resting the head here, take an inhale through your nose and breathe it out through your mouth. And each time you breathe out through your mouth, just allowing some other part to soften, letting go of all the yang of the exercise today, and giving into the yin where we can restore and rest and recover. And then take a breath in and just bring your hands back on the mat beside your chest, beside your ribs. Push into the hands, come into a bit of a back extension, looking forward, squeezing the shoulders into your back, and then pick your hips up and pull back into child's pose. And again, you can rest your head on your hands or the mat, whatever feels better. And just keep working with your breath, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through your mouth, like a sigh. 'And then we'll bring ourselves back up, bring your head up last, turn around and lay down on your back again. And hug your knees for a moment. And then moving into Shavasana just for a few minutes here, letting the legs go down, arms down by your sides. Making any adjustment to feel symmetrical with your legs and your arms and your back. And just continue to work with that simple breath, inhaling through the nose, sighing out the exhale through the mouth. Just noticing the effect of this sweet breath on your body, just letting the exhale cue some other part each time to soften. Three or four more breaths here. And then begin to bring yourself back by wiggling the fingers and the toes, circling your wrists and ankles, clicking and clacking. And maybe reach the arms up overhead. And take a few more breaths, just stretching long into the sides of your body, into your legs, your hips. And then bend one knee and then the other, draw your legs in, rock on your back. And make your way up to sitting up. Well done, guys. Thank you for the workout today and for doing everything 3 times through. Maybe that was a shock to some of you, but you did okay. And you did push-ups. You've got some bragging rights. All right. Thank you for being here. Namaste.